So I searched online for middle grade books in Italian to try to listen to as an audiobook, and this was one of the ones that came up. Lo stralisco, written and narrated by Roberto Piumini. It's just under 2.25 hours long and is a proper, serious story, unlike many audiobooks for that age that have exaggerated sound effects and music, etc. And when I say serious, I mean this one got me hard. Before going into anything about the story, in terms of listening, and this is not a criticism, some people have crystal clear voices and it's really easy to hear what's being said. Roberto Piumini's voice is not that sharp. It's more what I'm going to call atmospheric, if that makes any sense at all. But he does speak clearly. What I'm getting at is this is more difficult to listen to if you haven't listened to a lot of Italian already. Therefore, I would only recommend this as an audiobook for those with plenty of listening experience. Having said that, if you can find a hard copy, I don't think the language itself is that difficult. On the Italian Amazon page, it says it's recommended for 9 years and up, so that's the considered difficulty of the language itself. I pretty much listened to this in one go, just having tested out the first chapter on a previous day. I didn't understand everything, although there were some parts where I understood every word. But I could get the point of the scene even when it was more difficult. This is a beautiful story. It's about a painter who is invited by a father to paint frescoes on the walls of the rooms his son inhabits. The boy is unable to go outside because everything makes him ill. I think we'd probably term it that he's allergic to everything. So the idea is bringing the outside inside to give the boy pleasure. This is the story of the painting process and the relationship between the boy and the painter. In that way, it's quite a quiet story, no hectic action. In that same Amazon entry I mentioned, it says this, which is different to the blurb on Spotify. Stralisco è una parola strana, che non si trova sul vocabolario. Yeah, so don't bother looking that word up like I did, because it's made up. You will discover what it means, and that was the first part of the story that broke me. Not the explanation, the bit that came after it. You can probably guess what the other part that did this would be. This is not a happy ever after. If this doesn't make my list of favourite books at the end of the year, I'll be surprised. And because of that, here's a short review in Italian. Lo stralisco di Roberto Piumini è un romanzo per i bambini che ho ascoltato come audiolibro. La storia è piuttosto semplice. Un pittore sta dipingendo le pareti delle stanze dove un bambino deve restare tutto il tempo, perché ha una malattia molto pericolosa. Non può uscire dalle stanze che sono pulite e sicure, relativamente. Tutto lo fa star male. Si trascorre del tempo con entrambi durante il dipinto. Le discussioni su cos'altro dipingere e la storia nascosta nelle immagini. Questa storia è bella e triste e intensa, ma ascoltarla direi è per chi ha già ascoltato molto in italiano. Quindi potrebbe essere meglio trovare una copia fisica o digitale del libro da leggere. If you want to try it out as an audiobook, the Spotify link is in the description.